the early game, because obviously DRX, they're gonna control the mid jungle with the TF plus Graves combination. So I think it really depends on DRX how they snowball the early game, and if nothing is gonna happen until the mid game, the game 1 situation is gonna happen, which is T1 is gonna automatically win the team fight with their team competition.
Yeah, especially if Teddy's positioning can be good, and that will be difficult this game. Let's also see whether this can be a 3-game series. That's what I'm looking forward to. I want DRX to be able to show us that they are actually a 2nd place team here in the LCK. Because after game 1, after their series against Solo on Prince, I am not convinced that they're at that level at the moment.
No one
especially
is convinced, I would say.
Yeah, right. Especially after seeing what T1's been able to do recently, apart from their Damwon series, as well as Gen G looking better and better. As Deft finding some damage, but Carrier also doing what he can. Good sidestep there from Deft to get out of the Haymaker. And I feel like Teddy is the last player that we have here in the LCK that still likes the misfortune, as Canna finds a really nice hook shot onto Doran. Doran's still trying to fight this one out, gets the passive to go for that trade, but as you can see, he's going to need to go home for a reset. As you can see, Faker's moving on down. DRX know exactly what's going on, and oh no, Deft underneath the turret, and he's just exploded. No ult necessary out of Cuz, and no Galio required either. As looks like the Raptor is what Chovy's interested in. And Pioshik can put down the Rift Herald if he would like to, and he does so. Shelly pops down right underneath this turret. And Doran and Pioshik going to pick up a bunch of extra gold with all of those plates. So still good as far as money is concerned, but that first blood going over to T1 will even that out.
But the point is, Kanna is not getting gold on the top side. That is the difference, you know? Kanna is so stable on the top lane every single time, and you remember when he played against Renekton Iflin, he didn't die like a couple of times, because the clean kill is not happening like many times in Pro Sin, when especially it's a strong team versus strong team, but T1, they're doing it.
Showstopper here towards the bottom side as Carrier up against the wall, still has flash available, decides to go aggressive there onto Effort. Deft free hitting as much as he possibly can, as there's the Dawning Shadow. Teddy very, very close to going down, and Set has already fallen. The ulti out there for Cuz as DRX answer back on the bottom side.
DRX, I thought the T1 was setting up some good plays, but...
Alright, Hextech Ultimatum comes in. Faker wants to come down as well. They get the knock up onto Deft, who flashes away. Destiny forward from Chovy as they're trying to turn it once again. Faker flashing out as Doran still going aggressive. The tactical sweep not going to work out there, as Cuz from the backside is going to come in, see what he can get done, but he's now on the run. The red buff is going to tag him up, and the gold out of Carrier is beautiful, as he's going to keep himself alive with that stopwatch. And DRX now walk away with 1,000 gold lead.
Oh yeah, the earlier trade from T1 was not great. The focus on Set.
So is Faker now booking it into this mid lane. Predator on the Galio, much like what Chovy threw down in game number 1. Same thing there for Faker, but not able to make it work there onto the gank against the Twisted Fate, as Chovy goes for a very long ride back to that minion with his Shuriken backflip. And Doran 1-0-1 now as the dust settles, and actually has a slight gold advantage even after this minion wave is going to be taken down.
Yeah, even though Deft died twice, doesn't matter. He's playing Senna, so he's going to be useful anyways. And most important thing is their top side, because they are the main damage dealing in the early game, and it was not like them making the plays, but the reaction from them was just so picky. So those both plays kind of help the DRX side, but they just need to keep snowball. If they stop with this early game late, then I think T1 is gonna slowly chase them with the team comp advantage. So they just need to keep snowball, and it's gonna be the turret if they want to snowball.
I think also that if DRX are able to lock down a few more Drakes, that could skew things. It is going to be Ocean Soul this game, both teams with 3 of them available. It's DRX's turn to start this one up.
Yeah. Tempo-wise, DRX kind of defend this header with the Destiny, so they have better position this time, but it's T1 now. They need to decide if they're gonna fight or no.
Yeah, let's see how this fight is going to go, as it is going to be Shirley locked down by Pyosik, but they haven't got the eye. It's into the back line. Goes effort. I don't know whether that was the best choice. It's FAKER on top of him, but a little bit too late. As the taunt not necessarily going to work out. Solar Flare to interrupt the bullet time. FAKER going to be taken down as the double kill comes forward from Deft. And Carrier to be following Canna on the top side. He's not going to be able to keep himself alive. And a triple kill for the DRX 80 carry.
I'm not sure what was that, by the way. That was really optimistic engage by Effort. I mean, he could engage if he wanted, like 5 seconds ago, but that was really...
Some communication problems as Effort. He's going to get spotted out here as the ultimate does fly back forward. He picks up Chovy, but Chovy looks pretty happy to do that as FAKER just in to save his set. And I don't know what it is, but Effort certainly out of position a little bit. Now Cuz, he's the one that's going to get snared up. Pyosik, end of the line, comes in as that's a good Zenith played out from Carrier, who's trying to frontline. Flash comes out to get out of the way of the Solar Flare, and the Dawning Shadow is going to miss because of that one as well. I like the idea out of DRX, but good mitigation of aggro from T1 will shore them up and keep everyone alive.
Yeah, and I think they just need to have some farming time, T1. They keep feeling like keep forcing the fight, but I don't think they have enough power to fight back against DRX right now. It feels like DRX, they just need to
used just for zoning. And I don't think I've ever spoken about a zoning Destiny before, but that's exactly what that was, and that is going to confirm soul point here for DRX as Pyosik comfortably takes that one down. He's just quietly sitting on 2-0 and 3 now as well on this Graves, so definitely having a good performance, much better than most of the Graves that we see here in the LCK. Certainly feels a bit like a trap, as it's not like Lilia in the jungle, who's now 10-0, who's banned away in this game, and for good reason, it feels like.
Yeah.
Just feels broken in Korea. I don't know why it's all about Korea as far as Lilia is concerned. We've seen her lose elsewhere, but yeah, here in Korea, Lilia is an insta-win.
Yeah, because of the movement speed, we have better dodge skills, I guess. But anyways,
maybe right now. Has a few friends down here, and he might need to be a little bit careful. The Shroud is only so helpful here for this guy, as there's the showstopper, not going to be able to ult out of that one. Facebreaker comes in, but he is still able to keep himself shrouded. Pyosik turns up as Carrier, getting Zenith Blade into the back line. Doesn't quite find the Solar Flare that he's looking for as the Gargoyle Stone Plate comes out. Chovy now just running around really fast here towards the bottom side as Canna goes low, but it's a trade of top lane as FAKER going golden as well, but the rest of T1 can't get into position. There's the bullet time finally coming out, but Effort has to flash defensively, and Chovy looking for Teddy. Piercing Darkness comes down as Deft really wants more, but isn't able to dive a turret as the squishy Senna, and DRX do walk away with a slight advantage, being able to take down one extra member of T1.
Yeah, they focused on Doran first, but because it's Akali with Zhonya's, it's just so hard to catch in a 1 second, even though you are 5-man. So
that would have been hard if she had have used the Zhonya's, but she didn't actually manage to in that fight.
Maybe he didn't have it, so from T1. They have no summoner spells on Misfortune, so maybe they're afraid to take the team fight right now, but are they gonna lose every single things that they have, T1?
Well, they could, as DRX with a lot of control here around this area. They even sweep out that ward over the wall, and this control ward also going to go down as Effort just going to get chunked and destroyed. No way that he could get out of that one, and I just don't know why he was there in the first place. This will overflow into an inner turret in the mid lane. And now we're looking for a 5 versus 4 battle. FAKER gets chunked, good Solar Flare into the back line as Teddy has his bullet time interrupted by that as well. It had barely even got a tick before Carrier had stopped him in his tracks. As now Doran fighting with the rest of T1, but he goes into his Shroud. He will be pretty safe, still has the ulti ready, and so no chance that the Akali was going to die. Now Death will be able to heal him back up again as well. As DRX just playing this one by numbers, trying to get rid of all of these inner turrets where they can. As Chovy hunting after Canna. The rest of T1 are going to turn up.
Yeah.
And this snowball is really starting to get absolutely ridiculous. As with Ocean Soul, I mean, you don't even need the heals out of Deft anymore.
because of the one team fight in the early game.
Win it. Look, as you can see, still very high health bars despite the Baron being taken as Doran gets into the back line, throws down the Zhonyas as heroic entrance comes through as well. It's pretty defensive as Carrier gets into the back line and will just be taken down. Great position from Teddy to maximize what he can do, but in goes Chovy and over the wall goes Pioshik. That's going to be the kill onto the Misfortune, slightly out of position. The Cuz also going to most likely bite the dust here as well as Pioshik dashing on forward. It's going to be Deft grabbing the kill, and ultimately DRX will break the base.
Yeah, the reason why the vision control is so important is that you're gonna have to face check against the team who has the item advantage against you, and that the play by DRX was just so clean, and there is a good dive.
Yeah, Deft is going to get caught out. Faker also going to die here as Canna trying to do the best that he can to get them away from these turrets, but I think T1 may have bought the time that they need to save their base for now. DRX are going to back away.
The accident shouldn't happen because they're getting Elder Drake for free, and it's gonna lead them to the free win with the Ocean Soul.
Yep, that's Elder. Going to be picked up here. They should be able to move this into a Baron or into the enemy base, depending on what they want to do. As they're certainly playing this one slow and steady on DRX's side, and I'm okay with it. When there's a team that has had some more disappointing performances, I think it's better to go by the book as best as you can. Doran just playing goalie. As Effort's going to poke his head and gets a ward down. But I don't think that they're going to be able to take this Baron or offer any sort of response. So both of the big objectives go over to DRX, and if they can't win the game with this, then I don't know what they're going to need. They've got Ocean Soul, they've got Elder Drake, they've got Baron buff, they've got over a 10,000 gold lead. 12,000 gold lead, in fact. And now they're going to push forward and see whether they can actually end this game.
It's actually impossible to win the team fight right now. It's almost like a cheat. They have Ocean Drake Soul with Elder Drake and with the Nasher buff. Can they actually lose the team fight? Is there a chance? No, I don't think so.
But there's only one way to find out, we did. Let's see whether T1 can perform a miracle. End of the line comes down. It looks like DRX are just going to protect their siege minion as best as possible. As with these double rapid fire cannons, they're able to get a fair bit of damage there as Carrier and Pioshik taking a fair bit of damage. Deft still just chilling on the backline as Doran needs to rotate over. Bullet time just going to be avoided as Solarflare gets a triple slow as that haymaker into the backline. But oh my god, the set just exploded. Teddy now in trouble. Gonna get Destinied on as Doran getting himself out of the way. Meanwhile, the rest of T1 are relegated to their fountain. And despite the Guardian Angel, I think Canna might still just fall down as